What up, YouTube elleixstarcraft? Coming back at you with another custom StarCraft 2 cast. Spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map, it's our red Genetron player Solstice going up against his opponent. Spawning on the top left-hand side of the map, it's our blue Zerg player Talk, who I do not believe we featured on my channel. Now, fun fact about Solstice, he is the creator of this mod, so I expect this to be a crazy game, and I believe he also has a brother who helps him out with the development of this mod. So Solstice, leave a comment down below if I'm correct about that. And if you guys are not familiar with the Custom Scion Races mod, this mod adds 3 new playable races to the StarCraft universe. It's a super sick mod, and I highly recommend you guys check it out when you get the chance. Now, back to the show. Solstice throwing down a scout and almost getting surrounded by those drones, but they were on move command, so Talk just missing that, and Solstice will get a full sweep of what is happening in the Zerg main base. He will see that there's an expansion going down. He will see that there's a spawning pool as well. The extractor, I feel like, is a little bit early, so this might suggest we're going to see some sort of speedling play come out from Talk, but we will see. Taking a look at Solstice's side of the map, he's expanding as well. He does have a manufacturer already down, and he's building an analysis terminal. Now, if you're not familiar with the Genetron, they play a lot more like the Protoss, I feel like, than the Terran, despite the resemblance to the Terran. If you just saw that, this relay tower is being basically 3D printed, so it's a lot like the warp mechanic for the Protoss, where all you need is one worker to build basically everything. So it's a really, really interesting twist on how these races look, in my opinion. Now, we do have that analysis terminal, which will open up some tech options for Solstice, and he's also not building anything out of this manufacturer. So this might suggest, okay, now he's building something. I was going to say, is this going to be some sort of 2-base all-in with heavy tech? And what do we have here? We also have the assembly array. So this is an air tech structure. This will allow Solstice to build air units. So we'll see. He may be going for some sort of air harassment, which is not something we see too often on my channel. We do have these ACRs juking these Zerglings, and also able to block off the main base. They will sacrifice themselves, though. This node being placed down just in time. And we have what is the Spitfire just now finishing up. It does not get a kill on these Zerglings, so good micro on these Zerglings, keeping all of them alive, and I believe killing 3 workers this game. This Spitfire finally chasing off the rest of the Zerglings, or I guess all of the Zerglings. It did not get a single kill, so we only have 3 kills this game, and they are all workers. And this node, it does look like it did get canceled. We finally have some more ACRs coming in to go ahead and saturate the natural base, and at the same time, during that push, we have what is going to be a 3rd base already finishing up for our blue Zerg player, and Zergling speed is finished. So it is indeed an early Zergling, an early speedling harassment sort of deal coming down for our Zerg player. And we also have a Baneling nest on the way. So this is going to be really interesting. I've never seen Banelings go up against the Genetron. And we have what is going to be a very, very good play by Solstice as well, getting a brief wall off with his Blitzers, and I believe a Spitfire. If I'm not mistaken, we do have the Hornet as well, which did come from the assembly array. So the Hornet is a lot like a Banshee, except it doesn't cloak, and I feel like it moves just a little bit faster than a Banshee. Now, what I might have done in Talk's shoes with all these Zerglings and just 2 Hornets is maybe try and get the kill on this expansion. I'm not sure if he would have been able to do it, though. So either way, good micro from Talk. Taking a look at the workers killed. 6 workers killed by blue, 0 by Solstice, 9 workers killed total by blue, and 6 by Solstice. Taking a look at the resources lost. Wow. 600 resources lost to 200, 675. So effectively a 500 resources lost deficit for Solstice. That is an entire expansion's worth of resources lost by Solstice. We also have what are going to be actually just 1 Spore Crawler. I thought we were going to see 2. Now we have 2 Spore Crawlers on the way, but they're just a little bit late. And in Talk, in Talk's situation, seeing those Hornets, what I would have done is build spores in all of my bases right away. It's like building spores against oracles or something. You're almost building them blind because you know that there is some sort of sky tech out on the map. Taking a look at the workers killed, though, only 3 workers killed in that engagement. 1 worker basically for each Hornet. That is not necessarily cost effective for Solstice, but he still has these Hornets on the field, so he may be able to get some sort of harassment done on the other side of the map. But we also have what is going to be Zerglings running around. How many workers died? So now 7 workers killed total this game by Blue, but Solstice able to save his processing core. And these fixers, these things are so cool. These are basically medics, but they can also do damage. They are such a sick unit. So we'll see if they can run and help out these Hornets and heal them. But now we have a lot more workers going down for the blue Zerg player. Taking a look at the workers killed. Now it's evening out, 7 workers to 6. So Solstice making use of these Hornets, these fixers coming in to repair them. We have a 4th Hornet on the way, or not on the way, but a 4th Hornet joining the party. And now this 4th base for the Zerg players looking like it is in critical condition. What do we have on the production tab? We have 26 Zerglings on the way, and we also have a Spire. Now, I wonder what Talk is going to do. Is he going to go for Corruptors, or is he going to go for Mutalisks? Either way, the Hornet does not shoot up, so what I would expect to see from our blue Zerg player are Mutas, but we'll see what he decides to build. This is a lot of Zerglings, though. They will be able to take out these fixers, but at the same time, the fixers have the Hornet support, and here we go. We have the surround on these fixers, these Hornets trying to helplessly defend them, and the 1 fixer is still alive with how many kills? 12 kills. That is insane. This fixer, I want you to run away. I want to see you survive. It is still somehow alive, bro. Okay, we got to give him a name. What do we give him? Let's give him a name. Okay, we'll name him Steve. So Steve the Fixer, it's almost like Bob the Builder. I promise I did not plan that out. Steve the Fixer, still alive with 13 kills. My guy, that is insane. That is actually insane. We also have the processor right here. The processor is a lot like a high-speed uncloaked observer. It is super fast, and it is also a detector. So a really, really solid utility unit. And taking a look at the production tab, we have what are going to be Mutas on the way. We also have what is going to be a push of pure fixers. I've never seen this before. Solstice, you beast. Forcing the evacuation from the 3rd base. How many workers went down? 29 workers killed. And where's Steve? I gotta see Steve, but we'll take a look at him later. So these fixers doing a ton of damage, but I believe they only shoot down. So these Mutas will eventually take them out, but not before a ton of workers go down. Now 48, 50, almost 50 workers going down. These fixers will ultimately get cleaned up. Steve is still alive. My guy, with his 13 kills, Solstice, I know you're probably not nearly as attached to this fixer as I am, but I really want to see... Oh, no. No way. No way. Oh, okay. Goodbye. I was really convinced that Steve was going to survive, but rest in peace, Steve. You survived a very long time with your 13 kills. I swear, I thought Talk was going to fly right over him. He was like, nah, I don't care about this. Let's just go for the harassment. But this is a lot of Mutas. Taking a look at the units tab, this is 15 Mutas. So Talk going for the vengeance on the mineral line for the red Genetron player. How many workers killed now? 52 workers to 15. So a big deficit for our blue Zerg player. Taking a look at the worker supply, though, 58 workers to 45. So despite the fact that blue lost 52 workers this game, he's still ahead, and that is because he is ahead in bases. Taking a look at the mini map, we have 3 bases to what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases for the Zerg players. So this will allow Talk to suffer some economic damage because he has a stronger economy to come back from, but these Mutas are going to be super annoying to deal with. We have that 1 interdictor, which is an anti-air stacked defense structure for the Genetron, and we also have what are the Blitzers. The Blitzers are an anti-ground and anti-air unit. They shoot both up and down, but they don't necessarily specialize in either, I believe at least. This Overlord also going down. This does give away the position of these Blitzers, which should tell Talk where he is safe to push. At the same time, what I would build are potentially Avengers from the assembly array. The Avenger is an anti-air Genetron unit. It's a flying anti-air Genetron unit. And what do we have here? We have a lot of Hornets here as well. So it looks like these Hornets going for some sort of harassment, but we have what are going to be Zerglings intercepting this. For a second, I thought was going to be Mutas, but no, the Zerglings running around, getting attacked by these Hornets. They do not shoot up, unfortunately, and we have the Mutas coming in to engage with these four Hornets. I was like, I swear there were 4 Hornets, and man, you guys, I'm still kind of not over Steve. I miss him already. That 13 kill fixer was alive for so long. I was really convinced for a second that he might survive the whole game, but we have the 1 Hornet going down. We have another Hornet going down, and it looks like these 2 Hornets will go down as well. This processor also going down. So these Mutas cleaning up a lot. At the same time, we have what was a big engagement with Banelings. Like I said, we do not see a lot of Banelings in ZVG, in Zerg versus Genetron. I feel like you just don't see it often enough, and that is probably because the Genetron is exclusively a robotic race. They are an AI-powered race, so don't piss off your Alexas, my friends, because they may turn into the Genetron in the future, and suddenly you'll be attacked by robots. But maybe I just watched too much TV. Anyway, now back to the show. We have what is going to be a bit of I don't want to say a poor engagement, but not the best engagement for Talk, getting attacked by what shoots up. We have the Blitzers, and we also have the Torrent. And based on how the Torrent looks, you may guess that this is basically an anti-air unit with those crazy, crazy rockets on its shoulders. But we have a classic Mutaling Baneling play coming out of our Zerg player, and I love it. This is not a composition we see too often against the Genetron. And we also have the Boar. Now, the Boar is an anti-ground / anti-air unit. And that was a big engagement with those Banelings, but the remaining red army does survive. Now, the Boar, if you're not familiar with the Genetron, is an anti-ground unit. It has a machine gun, and it also has a charge ability right here. Oh my god! Yo, I've never seen that. No wonder Solstice built those Boars. So it has this ability, based on what it looks like, you may be able to tell. It drills into air units, and that was such a bloody massacre. Oh, I've never seen that. I've honestly never seen Mutas against the Genetron, I don't believe. That was so insane. These Boars, the MVPs of the game. That's going to become my thumbnail, I think. I think I can die happy, you guys. I don't want to say my StarCraft 2 custom casting career is over, but I'm not sure we'll ever top that. Solstice, you animal. I mean, he did create the mod, so he knows probably the ins and outs of every single race and very, very specific engagements like Muta versus Genetron. I want to say we have what is going to be a ton of Spore Crawlers coming down. What is this? This is like 7? Is that 7? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's 6 Spore Crawlers coming to defend against these Boars. Ultimately, we'll probably chase these Boars away, but they are tanks. And man, how many kills on this Boar? 10 kills on this Boar, 12 kills on this Boar, 13 kills on this Boar, 6 and 8 kills on that Boar. These are the most cost-effective units I've seen come out of the Genetron in a very long time. That was so... I'm still in shock. I'm still in absolute shock. That was so crazy. Now we have what is a bit of a tech switch. We do have the Hydras mixed in with the Banes and the Lings. Solstice may get the cancel on this, and he does not. So, big pickup by Talk right there. Now we have the Lings coming in to what is the 4th base location of the Genetron player, and we have the Hydralisk doing a ton of damage, will take out the remaining ground forces for the Genetron, and we have the Boars, which will likely go down. Hydras have just such insane anti-air DPS. These blitzers ultimately chasing away the remaining Hydralisks. Taking a look at the workers killed, 64 workers killed to 35. Taking a look at the resources lost, 19,000 resources lost to 14,000. So a deficit for our blue Zerg player. Taking a look at the production, we have what is going to be more Hydras on the way. We have Corruptors now on the way as well. I'm not sure if that's what I would go for. I guess this is to go against the Boars, but I would honestly keep the Hydralisks on the field to go up against the Boars, just because the Boars do such crazy anti-air damage with that drill ability. It's actually insane. Taking a look at the upgrades, we have 3 melee attack upgrades and 2... Or wait, what is this? Okay, this is 2 air attack upgrades, 3 melee attack upgrades, and 1 ground defense upgrades for our Zerg player. And we have 2 light attack upgrades and 2 armor upgrades for our red Genetron player. I almost called him our blue Genetron player. He is not blue, he is red, and he is out for blood. These Zerglings placed very well, though, able to deny the 5th base location for our red Genetron player. But we have the fixers coming in along with the blitzers, and we have the Badger as well. And the Badger looks slightly different to me. So the Badger is a capital ship for the Genetron, and it does a lot of anti-ground damage. I feel like anti-ground is where it shines, and it also has an ability that increases its defense. Now, look at those Gatling guns. Oh, okay, here we go. Check that out. That is so cool. I love the design of the Badger. We'll see how they go up against the Hydralisks, though. But at the same time, we have what are the Corruptors, which will do extra damage to these Badgers. This Badger almost going down. The first Badger does go down, so no more Badgers on the field. We also have a lot of Roaches, so Talk going for all sorts of tech switches this game. Unfortunately for these Corruptors, though, they do not shoot down, so they will be forced to retreat. So although the resources lost is greater for our blue Zerg player, and although we saw a ton of mutas get killed, which I don't know, in Talk's shoes, I might have GG'd out right when that happened. Talk has more workers. He's got 79 workers to Solstice's 59. Army supply is also greater for Talk. So Talk has the economic advantage this game. So even though he's losing a lot more, he has a lot more money to spend. And Solstice, also keep in mind, is floating a bit more minerals than our blue Zerg player. And now we have a big engagement in the middle of the map right here. The Badger going down, but this red army is really powerful, able to chase away the Zerg. And now it looks like Solstice is going for the cleanup on some of this creep. Now the creep spread is also really good for Talk, I gotta say. So Talk is not going to lose this game just yet. He is not behind at all, despite having lost way more this game. I mean, take a look at this. 64 workers died to 36, so he lost a lot more workers this game than his red opponent, and I feel like I'm losing my voice. I just can't stop talking. We also have the Virtues, which are a super cool unit. They can heal on the spot, but this blue army is just a little too powerful. Will take out the Virtues, and we have the Zerglings coming in to support these Hydras. Will potentially not quite get the surround on these Blitzers, but almost. Good micro by Solstice, though, running away, taking out a lot of those Zerglings and keeping a lot of his Blitzers alive. And now we have what are the Hydralisks coming in to attack these Blitzers, and now we have what is going to be a more powerful Zerg army than the red army, but we have the Virtues coming in behind this to chase away the blue Zerg army. My guy, this game is just so back and forth, man. And it was also a work day for me, so I'm in my work clothes, man. I feel very official casting in professional clothing, I gotta say. We also have a few more Banelings. I love how Talk is just playing around with tech. He's keeping Solstice on his toes with what he's building. This Virtue, though, with 5 kills and more than half HP, will take out a ton of Zerg units. We have this Badger with 0 kills, but full HP. And we also have the Badgers taking a look at the units killed. 476 units killed by our red Genetron player. 170 units killed by our blue Zerg player. This is a crazy, crazy macro game. Unfortunately for Solstice, though, he does not have detection. He does not have a processor right now, so he's not able to clean up that creep. And we have what is going to be a relatively diverse and big Zerg army going for what is going to be, I think this is the 4th base location for our Genetron player. So here we go. We have a big engagement of Zerg units. We do have these interdictors trying to take out some of these corruptors. One corruptor actually does go down. At the same time, it looks like there's some harassment with that ACR. And I don't even know what this is. Is this like the 8th base location? One sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8th or 9th base location for our Zerg player. This is insane. Now the worker count is evening out, though. 78 workers to 75. Army supply, though. 100 army supply to 64. Now 90. Okay, now back to 100 army supply for our Zerg player. So more of an army supply for our Zerg player. Now we have Ultralisks on the field as well, taking out so much of this ground army for our red Genetron player. This Hydralisk skin looks super cool. It's only got 3 kills. Will not quite take out that Virtue. That tank just going down. We also have this one Virtue with 6 kills. We have this Ultralisk running away. And we have what is the Blitzer almost taking out that Spine Crawler, but not quite. We have what is going to be a big army kind of in the middle of the map on this Zelnaga Watchtower. And taking a look at the army supply, though, 114 army supply to 58 in favor of our blue Zerg players. So Solstice is starting to see the might of the Zerg. Playing against late game Zerg is an absolute nightmare if you let their macro get out of hand. Great micro by Solstice, running his workers away before those Banelings could take them out. But now we have what is a really big engagement with those roaches. This Ultralisk trying to join the party, but it is path really weird. Ultimately will get into the fray, but will go down to that Virtue. And now we have what is a really big engagement at the 5th base location for the red Genetron player. Solstice realizing his position, throwing out the GG, giving the victory to Talk. What an insane macro custom Scion Races game. I think that was probably one of the most insane games I've cast in a long time. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want me to cast any of your own games, I will leave my email and Discord in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.